Hmm. Good morning, folks. I hope everybody is doing well. It's been several days since I've spoken to anyone. I haven't made a video in a long time. A lot of stuff's been going on. Um, One of the neat things is, look who's walking again. So um, I I never thought I'd see the day when this dog walked again, and I have to do a video about the progress that the dog has had, but it's a good possibility that this dog might not have to have that surgery, and that is absolutely amazing. Um, Now, he's not up to the 9 miles a day he was walking the shit out of me, but he is definitely good for a couple miles right now, and right now he's resting because he's just out of shape, and I'm out of shape. But the Get Skinny project is back on. I'm Black Dragon, and it's definitely good to talk to you. And Braveheart here. Again, we're so thankful for your help in supporting his worthy cause and helping me to be able to get to and afford the best vet possible at Lithonia Animal Hospital out in Lithonia, Georgia, and the most amazing doctor. And if you go back and look at video update 3, when you see the condition of the dog, and since that video, the damn dog ate off all of his bandages. He got around the cone, pushed it back, and ate off all of his bandages 7 days before they were supposed to come off. But the doctor said, let's leave him off and see his progression. So he's nursing that leg back to health, and as long as it stays in that socket and doesn't pop back out, he has a good chance for a decent recovery, and I'm just very thankful. Um, I wanted to talk to you guys today about an interesting subject, and that's those people who quit the motorcycle club with revenge. And the revenge quitters are perhaps the most deadly or the most toxic and certainly the most embarrassing and potentially the most dangerous people who could ever leave your MC. They want to leave, and typically they quit because they didn't get their way about something. And so when they leave, they want to leave with as much hatred and venom and revenge as they possibly can. And it's those MC quitters with revenge that this video is was created to address. So typically you see them, they come on strong, and a lot of times they are incredibly uh, charismatic people. Uh, People like them, and people follow them, and people follow their lead. And if you look at my video called The Taters, um, a lot of those guys have tater qualities. Like a lot of them are rotators. They rotate from club to club. And that's why whenever you get a rotator in your motorcycle club, you need to vet them heavily. Why the hell did they leave their last MC and the MC before that and the MC before that? You know, I've gotten to the point that you got 2 MCs behind you. I'm not even trying to deal with you. I can understand one MC. Maybe it wasn't for you. And I have my reasons that I say people should be able to quit an MC. Um, and there are valid reasons to quit some MCs. But by the time you start to get to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 MCs, maybe it's not the MC, bro. Maybe the problem is with you. So I'm really reticent these days as to who I take in my MC, and especially when you're dealing with what I call the rotator. the person that jumps from club to club. And it's always some kind of, they didn't do this right, they didn't do that right. It's them, 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 them. And you know, when I get a person that comes to me and you know, I like this. It's personal. It just wasn't for me anymore. When you get somebody in your club that everybody was wrong but him, look for that person to be that same jerk he was in that club. When it takes the light off of the shortcomings of themselves. So these quitters with revenge, I call them, the quitter haters, they tend to possess so many qualities of the taters, the hesitator, the rotator, the commentator, the imitator, the speculator or specutator. These guys all have these qualities in common that it's almost like when somebody commits suicide and you say, well, they never told anyone. And then you go and you look through their history and you realize they said it in a lot of ways that we just were not, we didn't have our antennae tuned to, and we just weren't watching. So a lot of times these guys come on with all these big, I'll do this and I'll do that. And the ones that I'm always afraid of are the ones that scream Black Sabbath forever, forever Black Sabbath. And they've only been in the motorcycle club 1 year or 6 months. That's the guy that runs out and tries to get a tattoo within the first, you know, 60 days of being a prospect, you know, this kind of stuff. Or the guy that comes from these other motorcycle clubs and he's got all these promises and all this experience and all this and all that. But if you look down a track record of what the person has actually done, the track record is zero. And then when you call him out on it, there is this hissy fit like you've never seen before in your life. Like you actually did something wrong to call them out. You ready now? You ready to come? So these are people that don't like to be held accountable, but they like to hold everyone else accountable. These are people that can't take it. Their skin is so thin. They want to talk about everybody else, but you pull out a shortcoming they did, and it's like it's time for World War III now. So those are the kind of people that you can tell when they leave this motorcycle club, they're going to leave with all the hell and venom they can leave with. That's the guy that's going on the internet to tell everyone how screwed up everyone else was that he worked with, that he was in the motorcycle club with. That's the guy that takes your personal information of your club and spreads it to as many people as he possibly can. That's the guy that has the sidebars with as many members as he can. And he's the guy that some members still find so charismatic. They can't understand why nobody likes this guy or why is he being disciplined. And so that's the leaker. You know, Barack Obama and Donald Trump, they're not the only people that deal with these leakers. These people who, for some reason, they can't get what they want from the president. They can't force the body to do what they want, so they go outside of the motorcycle club with their leaks. These are the guys that call the one percenters on you and say, they don't have enough motorcycles to make count anymore. And next thing you know, you're getting a call from the dominant. Like, I understand you guys are having problems over there. How the hell would you know that? Oh, one of your leakers, one of your quitters with revenge, one of your quitter haters gave us a call. These quitter haters are really devastating in how much trouble they can bring to you. And so what they try to do is hold the MC hostage, hold you hostage to keep you from doing to them what you should have done the first time they ever showed an inclination of being the type of SOB you don't need in your club, which is to eject their butts like jumping out of an airplane that's crashing and you have an ejection seat. That's what you should do to them. But we let them suckers stay. And the longer you let them stay, the more powerful they become. The more people they persuade with bull crap instead of actually showing any progress they make. They're very good at highlighting the lack of progress of others, especially when they're trying to highlight the lack of progress in the leader. They hold the sidebars, the side conversations. They talk behind people's backs. They gather up an entourage. We need to go take on the president about this. But they never want to do it themselves. They want to come with an entourage, with an attack squad, with a hit squad. They want to show up with some sort of coup d'etat. They're good for that. And it's amazing that people listen. But if people were to really watch and say, I understand you don't like what this guy's doing, but what have you done substantive to show a better way, to produce a better outcome? And the answer is always zero. And that's what the quitter hater is mad, because the quitter hater wants to take over what someone else has done without having exercised or gained the qualification or skills or knowledge to do something themselves, something spectacular. No, they always feel like they can do better, but they have yet to show the fortitude, internal go-get-itness, the action necessary to accomplish anything other than running their damn mouths. So, how do you deal with these people? How do you limit their access and their ability to hurt the club? How do you rein them in? How do you negate their negativity on the organization? And God, how do you keep them from holding you hostage? How do you stop their influence? They're like viruses. When they get into the ecosystem of the MC, they tear it apart, causing their infection to spread from member to member. They relish in chaos. And then, when they finally fizzle out, their last is to destroy the MC the best way that they can. Whether it is to destroy the MC's reputation or me, I'm doing well. Morning, Rob. Oh, thank you guys. Everybody's happy for Braveheart. I appreciate that. This dog here is amazing. Let's see. Stop pulling. He's pulling on the lead. Morning, Helen. Stop pulling. I'm trying to talk here. Good morning, good morning. Greetings from Dayton, Ohio. I see all of you guys on here. Good morning, Tiny Tim. Can you talk about if you walk away from one MC and go to another club? I can talk about that. Let's see, shout out from Silver Baron MCs, Virgin City, Nevada. What's up, Silver Barons MCs? Thank you, Eric Honecker. I appreciate that. Okay, so I think I've said hello to everyone. The idea here is, how do you deal with these goons? And especially before they get this toehold of power, they always seem to be able to find, how did you take me down this path? I wasn't watching. And The answer is you shut them down before they get started. You shut them down the second that they come on, Braveheart, this way. You shut them down the second that they get that they show these signs of insubordination. A motorcycle club cannot take insubordination, just like just like any job, just like the military, just like any place where you expect to have good order and discipline. You cannot tolerate insubordination. And the best way to get insubordination under control is to nip it in the bud. As soon as you see it rear its ugly head, take definitive measures to shut said person down. They start by taking an inch and they wind up taking 50 miles. So when you see them on their quest at chaos, you shut their asses down. Now what happens if you haven't done what it takes to shut them down? My club is my family. Can't and won't ever rock another patch. And that's 100. Huh. You would be surprised how many people say that. And the first time they get ass hurt about this, that, or the other, all that goes out the fence. And all you can hear from those people is, the club's not doing me right, and the president sucked, and oh, I couldn't follow his example as a leader, and on and on. And we always come back to the same things. It's not about that. It's about we. So if you're butthurt about something, and something I learned in the Navy was an interesting place. You had to work for some real assholes all the time. And the one thing I learned is that you're only at a duty station for about 4 years. And 4 years from now, it'll be better, or it will at least be different. And that was the really great thing about the military. Not like you had to work for the same jerk for 25 years. You're going to go to a different duty station, and you're going to get to start all over again. Motorcycle club is like that because motorcycle clubs have elections, at least traditional ones do. And eventually, a person's time is over. So you might not like what's going on today. It's okay. Tomorrow will be your day. The best way to change something in a motorcycle club is to get to a position where you can make a difference. The best way to change something in a motorcycle club is get to a spot where you're the leader or the sergeant at arms or a decision maker who can make some substantive changes rather than creating chaos and making people pay because you can't have your way. Let me see, I'm reading. Shout out from Defiant Souls, RC. It's good to see you, Defiant Souls. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, it is beautiful out here, Tiny Tim. It is absolutely magnificent. A great day for me to start. Stop wrapping around me, dog. It's a great day for me to start back on my healthy program now that the dog is fit and pulling on the lead. Well, he's getting fitter. Let me show you the dog here. Let's see. So, part of what you want to be able to do is shut these suckers down before they get good and started. And that can be hard. I got way too much going on. You know, this guy will get it eventually. But unfortunately, some people never seem to be doing okay unless they got a size 13 shoved sideways up their butt. And that's just human nature. It's just the way it goes. So the one thing I want to tell you, I think is most important, is do not allow yourself to be held hostage by those people. or by anything they may be threatening upon your MC. I will never forget there was a mayor or governor. I think he was a governor. And he lost his job because he got caught in a crisis. He was seeing a prostitute or something like that. And in some places like France or whatever, they really don't care about your personal life. Whoever you're screwing, you're screwing. But in America, sometimes we really act kind of anal about that sort of thing. Like if you had an extramarital affair, there's no way you can run your office. Like you can't have a personal life. And so when this guy was found out to be the the terrible guy that messed around on his wife, he had to give up his seat, or he chose to give up his seat. And so the next guy behind him was the lieutenant governor. And so this guy got an opportunity for the seat, and everybody was saying, what a great guy this lieutenant governor is. He's so smart. He's so intelligent. He's going to do such a great job. He doesn't have any of this stuff in his background. And they just loving on this guy. So the guy gets sworn in, and he's got his beautiful wife standing next to him, and she was gorgeous. And if I remember, the guy was blind or had some eye problems or something. I don't think he could see too well. This was a while ago, so I'm trying to remember all the details. But on the guy's first conference, he comes out and he says, "Oh, I'd like to thank everybody. Glad to be the lieutenant governor. Muggsy, Zinc City. What's up, Muggsy? Zinc City MC, good to see you." So this guy says, yeah, I want you guys to know that me and my wife are engaged in the swinger life. We swap partners. We've been high on cocaine before, and I've cheated on my wife a number of times. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get on with business. And I never forgot that example of, you don't let anybody hold your ass hostage. You don't let them do it. If somebody wants to hold you hostage, you remove from them the ability to do so. It makes you capable to walk with your head up, and it makes you capable of making decisions that you wouldn't ordinarily be able to make if you were held hostage by someone. So, when someone threatens you to do dirt, somebody said, how many miles do I walk? I was walking 9 miles a day before my dog was injured. And then for the past 21 days, we haven't walked hardly any. He was just hopping around in that cast. And now, today, I think we're over 2.5 miles. And we might do another mile. I think it's a mile home from here. So my knees hurt so bad, I can barely lift them. I'm fat again. So my weight loss program is always interrupted by these setbacks. And my dog getting hurt was truly a setback because he was my walking partner. But that sucker is doing a good job. He's pulling me up this hill right now. You can see him. He's got the lead and he's dragging me. I'm tired. Oh, he's taking a break. Thank God. But we're gonna, oh, he's taking off again, shit. We're gonna get it together. And it just so happens to be 90 degrees out here in Georgia again. So stop pulling, would you? He's a monster, this one. This Jack Russell is a monster. So What else are people asking? My nickname is Lane Split. Okay, oh, you were probably having a conversation with someone else. Okay. Much love to Detroit. Good to see you all. So I wanted to put that information out so that folks know the hater quitter, he's out there. And you don't always see him coming. They kind of sometimes gradually sneak up on you. So I started my journey into the MC world about 2 years, and I started following you. I've watched every video, and you've had a lot, and a lot of my success has to do with what you say. I thank you for that. Oh man, thank you. Thank you for watching. You know, an old man gets to rant, and that's great. You know, all these old people that talk and they don't have anyone to talk to, and it kind of sucks. Like, what's he saying? Like, I get to rant as an old guy, and people actually tune in and listen. I can't even believe it happens. But if the experiences I've been through have helped anyone, that's all I ever asked, was that I could be of service to my fellow bikers, who I believe are all my brothers. And I want to help you guys in any way I can. That's why people call me all the time. And I will message you and face-to-face time you and all that kind of business to help you in this MC world in any way that I can. And I want everybody to be fit. And sometimes people get upset with me when I say get skinny, but I really mean get healthy, be healthy. You don't have to be skinny to be healthy. I say get skinny because I want to be back to my goal weight of 250. And so we're back on that road again. But for me, it's health and fitness and motorcycles and good eating and having fun and chasing a lot of women and that sort of thing. Riding fast motorcycles, hanging out with my crew, and being a very good role model for my family and for my extended MC families all across the country. That's what I want to do. And oh yeah, I take care of my stray dog and my stray cat. Come on here, Braveheart. This guy loves wooden poles. I don't know what the whole deal is with that. You can't always see these guys coming, but you can stop and limit their ability to destroy your motorcycle club. When you see them start with that chaos, shut them down. Watch who you bring in your club. Study the histories of these people. Take the time it takes to do the due diligence to find out if they've been in other motorcycle clubs, should they be in yours. Let's see. Would you comment on the ones that quit the club and start their own simply because they want to be a president? I've seen that. And I used to didn't think that was true. Like, who wants to be a president? I mean, seriously, there's a faded patch on my left lapel of my black jean jacket, or my black jean. You guys have seen my black jean cut. And no one can read that. I'm actually having it redone. And that patch says leadership sucks. And I will promise you that I had way more fun as a member than I ever had as a president. And certainly more fun than I ever had as a national president. So I used to think nobody would like quit their club because they wanted to be a president, until I had it happen to me. I had a guy who wasn't ready for the presidency, and he quit my club and went to another one, and within about 6 months was that club's president. And he was in that job for a little while. The deal is that I have never seen anyone who left for those reasons leave successfully. 5 or 6 years later, they're out of that club too. People who leave clubs, leave clubs. That's what they do. especially people who leave clubs for reasons like, I couldn't be the president and I'm going to go somewhere else where they'll make me president. I say, what do I feel about that? I smile, I say, let them go. You know, I used to have a magazine called Black Iron Motorcycle Magazine. So when my friend who taught me how to do magazines, the great William Patrick D. Shields, we had a guy working for us, and this guy couldn't get a raise. So he was working for William Patrick's paper called the Newslink, San Diego Newslink. So this guy gets in a big huff and a puff, and he runs off and starts his own magazine. And his magazine looked 300 times better than our magazine. So I say to William Patrick, oh my God, this guy started his own magazine, and he's going to run us out of business. And Patrick looked at his magazine and just laughed. And I said, "No, what's so funny?" He said, anyone can start a magazine, bro. We've been doing this for 15 years. Let me see him in 15 years. That'll let me know what his success is. And a year later, the guy was out of business. So I don't worry about those people that run off and start MCs. They don't bother me. I'm not upset because some people went to their annual. I don't get mad at them. I don't get upset. I don't laugh at them. I don't talk about them. I'm just like William Patrick D. Shields was. Unimpressed. Impress me with your longevity. Anyone can bring 50 people to a club where they have no rules and no dues and no standards and no you don't have to prospect to get in. I've seen before open calls for membership. Some motorcycle clubs have done. And all you got to do is bring your motorcycle and sign up. Hell yeah, you can sign up 50 or 100 or 1,000 people to something like that. But for the same reason those people did not want to work to get in the club will be the same reason that they won't want to work to stay in it. And if they've got no sweat in the game, no skin in the game, and those colors didn't cost them anything, they'll be just as willing to give them suckers up as they were to let them go or to get in them. They'll get in them, they'll let them go just as quickly and just as easily as they got them. That's why they say if you don't work hard for something, it ain't worth nothing. There's no harvest unless you work for that harvest. There's no bounty unless you work for that bounty. Even a pirate has to kick your ass to get your booty. That didn't sound right, but those were the right terms. Fast motorcycle. Well, you do ride a victory. My victory is fast. Don't play with me, man. Let's see, what else? What's up, Michael? Merlin, Yuma, what's up? So, I guess I've rambled enough. I tend to ramble when I do these live things. I'm just so happy my dog is walking. I honestly thought I would never see him walk again, at least not on four legs. And I don't know if he'll get to keep him, but he's looking a hell of a lot better than he was looking 3 weeks ago. And that is a blessing. Listen, my latest video, or rather my latest article, can be found at eZine, and there will be a link to it in the description of this page, and there's also a link to it in the About. And you can go see my latest articles. I have like 4 or 5 articles on eZine right now, and they're really cool articles. I think my latest article was about founders and the power that they have in the MC, and the power that they don't have, of course. I've done a few videos on that. And also, you can definitely get my books, Prospects Bible, PRO's Bible, and Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs, and of course Sergeant at Arms Bible. The President's Bible is now under editorial review, so I'm waiting for my editors to get it back to me so that I can get the rewrite and the corrections done. So I'm a little bit behind on that book because I've had the 3 weeks of this dog to deal with, but we see the daylight at the end of the tunnel, and I definitely appreciate all the views. We went over 5,000 viewers, man, within the last 3 weeks, and 5,000 subscribers, that is. And I'm amazed because when I first started this thing a little over a year ago, you had to have 100 subscribers just to be able to have a channel. I can't remember, but the number 100 was the big number, and I never thought I'd have 100 subscribers, let alone I've got 5,400 now. That's really so cool. So thank you for subscribing, and if you like the video, hit the like button, and definitely subscribe, and definitely share the video. We always appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you to my 5,400 subs, which I think is just like the coolest thing in the world. I never expected such a thing. I just am excited to see it. So we appreciate that so much. Let's see. You don't want to tussle with that Jack Russell. I heard that. Much respect. See you at the PRO. Oh, so listen, I believe that I'm speaking at the PRO again next year, and I'm going to be telling you guys all about the PRO, and I hope to see so many of my viewers there at the PRO. I think it's in St. Louis, Missouri this year. My next video, I'll put out PRO information. I'll call and find out about the PRO, and I'll start telling you guys about it. So if you want to see me speak live in front of people with, in that kind of a setting, you need to go to the PRO convention. It's an amazing convention, and there's a lot going on there. I spoke there the last 2 years in a row, and it's been a lot of fun. And I should have I'm gonna try my darndest to do another book, especially for the PRO. But that means I'd have to write about 4 hours a day for the next 35 days. So that's a lot of commitment. We'll see if I can do that. All right, so definitely check out my books that interest you. Go read my magazine articles. They're free, they don't cost anything. And send in your comments and ideas for subjects that you want me to talk about or issues that you're having, and I'll see what we can't do to get you squared away. Will you please stop circling me to get you squared away? Thank you so much for watching, and let's try to get skinny again this time. I mean, this is ridiculous. I keep having to start all over, but I'm starting all over. I got my watch back on, my Fitbit's back on, and we're gonna try for 10,000 steps a day, which is about, come on back up here, 10,000 steps a day, which is like 7 miles or something, 8 miles. We're gonna try that. I'm tired right now. Oh, you notice I walk with my stick now. None of this, no stick. Another dog attacks my Braveheart. He's getting the wood, baby. He's getting the wood. It's coming. But it's so hard to walk with a stick and this stupid thing and this selfie stick. It's just a lot going on here. Come on, dog. All right, love you all. And you saw us in Riverside. Yes, that's our Riverside chapter. We're so proud of those guys. Make sure to holler at them. Tell them Black Dragon sends his love. Always an open invite for you to come hang out with the Silver Bacons. Well, send me some information. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. And maybe I can come out there and hang out with y'all. Much love and respect to everyone, and get skinny.